We were about to close the purchase on our first home, but then I got a 20K store credit card to buy a designer bag and destroyed everything. We might lose the house, $10,000, and still be paying the renting. My husband is furious. My husband and I have been trying to buy our first house for over a year. It's been insane in this market, and we finally found a place that isn't exactly what we wanted and was $40,000 over the asking price. But still, it meant we would no longer be paying rent and was only a little over our budget. We were supposed to close on Monday. I was so excited, I wanted to get a new outfit for the closing. While shopping, I saw a bag I absolutely fell in love with, and it matched my new outfit perfectly. They did a great job selling me, and before I know it, I had let the sales ladies convince me that as a new homeowner I deserved nice things. They also talked me into getting a store credit card with a 20K limit. The bag cost a pretty big chunk of that. I was approved and bought the bag. What I didn't know is that having a new credit card is very bad when you're buying a house through a mortgage. We couldn't close on Monday, and since there are like a dozen offers on this house, we may lose it while everything is sorted out with our lenders. Also, we may lose the $10,000 in earnest cash we gave the seller. I want to throw up. I know I messed up so badly. It was a stupid decision, and I was such an idiot for even walking in the store. And this bag may end up costing us hundreds of thousands of dollars in earnest money and still having to rent, as my husband has told me countless times over the past 4 days. I know I messed up, but am I the asshole? Best comments. Ignorance doesn't mean you aren't the asshole. I feel sorry for your husband that you did this. It's also ridiculous to think you are already buying a house a little out of budget and you get a credit card with a store for 20K and spend most of that on a bag. Like, are you okay? If I were her husband, I would be giving her an ultimatum. Go to therapy or get ready for a separation. The fact that she didn't know you shouldn't take out a credit card when buying a house isn't the point. A lot of people don't know that. What's appalling is that they're buying a house they can't afford, and she thinks she deserves to treat herself by buying a bag that costs thousands of dollars. She's either delusional or she has some kind of shopping addiction. Return the bag. Apologize to your husband. Sign yourself up for therapy. I hope the two of you work this out, but financial problems are often the #1 reason why marriages break down. I think he's thinking about divorcing me over this. He hasn't said it, but I'm pretty sure it's on his mind. I bought a house last year. One of the things they tell you over and over is do not mess around with your credit cards at this time or make any big purchases. You have 2 closets full of clothes and you ruin an opportunity because you just needed to look good signing papers. The entire ordeal lasts less than an hour. It wasn't worth it, and now you are paying the price for it. Update #1. For those still following, the seller is going to give us 5 business days to get financing worked out with lender. Realtor thinks it can be done. Crisis is averted, and it looks like we'll get the house. Update #2, 6 days after the first post. So for some backstory, my husband and I were able to finally close on our first house last Friday. It came with a very nice pool that I was excited about. My husband had to travel for work immediately after the closing, so it was up to me to arrange keys, initial move-in, utilities, services, etc. On Saturday morning we were talking and he said, "You know the drought is worse here in California. I know it's too late now, but I'm wondering if we get this bad if it wasn't a huge mistake to get a house with a pool." I said I was still excited about the pool and is already laid out by it and gone swimming. He said that he was just thinking out loud and about the future. The more I thought about it, the more I thought maybe he was right, so I researched how to drain pools, looked up YouTube videos and went and rented a pump, and I drained all the water. The pool is now basically empty. Well, he freaked out when he got home and said that I made a huge mistake because you can't leave a pool drained. I said I did it to make him happy and that I understood his concerns. He said that he's so sick of me acting like a child that he's going to hire a babysitter for me while he goes away. Obviously, this really hurt my feelings. I'm a nurse, for God's sake, not a bumbling fool. I keep trying to explain my point and that I did it to make him happy, and he says that if I don't, I understand why he's upset and don't get how foolish I was. He can't waste brain power on it. Was I the asshole here? Best comments. The pool can't stay empty. You will damage it. But is this woman completely delusional? I don't often pass judgment on people's overall personalities, but damn. This is a hot mess, and I feel bad for Op's husband having to afford paying for her the rest of his life. I can only assume she's some of trophy wife, but looks only last so long. I don't feel sorry for him at all. Sounds like she's hot but dumb as a box of rocks, and he has his own kind of stupidity going on to marry somebody like that. So now you're going to have to fill it up again, wasting an insane amount of water. So, you are wasting a ton of water, paying way more for your water bill, and paid for a pump because you didn't bother doing your homework and became impulsive. Holy shit, OP needs therapy. And maybe some ADHD meds. I wish I knew who OP was, so I could make sure she is never my nurse. I would be scared to be under her care. After your last post, I totally understand why your husband thinks you need a babysitter. I do not understand why he went through with buying a house with you, or how you have found gainful employment. Heaven helps your patience.